ago, the American Bar Association created the first national celebration of pro bono. At the time, the country was feeling the effects of the Great Recession of 2008, which caused millions of Americans to lose their jobs and their homes, ultimately leading to a tsunami of bankruptcy filings. In fact, in 2009, bankruptcy filings nationwide soared to more than 1.4 million cases. In the Middle District alone, we had more than 60,000 bankruptcy filings. Although the timing was coincidental, establishing the National Pro Bono celebration on the heels of the Great Recession was fortuitous for two reasons. First, it highlighted a fact we all know is true but sometimes lose sight of. As economic conditions worsen, the need for pro bono services increases. Second, showcasing the incredible difference that pro bono lawyers make to our nation, to our system of justice, to our communities, and most of all, to the clients they serve, allows us to recruit and train the additional volunteers needed to meet the growing demand for pro bono services. Today, the country sadly finds itself in a situation not unlike the one it found itself 11 years ago. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the country once again is experiencing a financial crisis. Millions of Americans have lost their jobs, leaving them unable to pay their rent or mortgage. There's no doubt the next tsunami of bankruptcy filings is coming. And when it does, many of the filings will be by pro se debtors unable to afford competent counsel. During the last financial crisis, our bankruptcy attorneys in the Middle District of Florida answered the call. Our lawyers helped establish and staff pro bono clinics at our courthouses throughout the district, where lawyers volunteer, working thousands of hours a year providing free, on-the-spot legal advice to pro se debtors. More recently, our court has begun administering the Legal Assistance Program, which involves lawyers volunteering to represent indigent debtors in adversary proceedings involving debtors' discharge and contested matters involving objections to homestead exemptions. And thanks to the generosity of our local bankruptcy bar associations, as well as the business law section of the Florida Bar, we're able to establish the Bless Foundation, which promotes bankruptcy legal education and funds pro bono and other public service projects relating to the practice of bankruptcy in the Middle District of Florida. I could go on and on. The fact is that the United States already suffers from an access to justice problem. According to a March 2020 study prepared for the Florida Commission on Access to Civil Justice, more than 30 million people are forced to represent themselves in civil courts across the country. That places a tremendous burden on and potentially denies Americans meaningful access to our court system. And with the economic consequences of COVID-19 still looming, it is only going to get worse. Over the years, we've depended on the generosity of our local bankruptcy lawyers, both in terms of time and money, to provide our local citizens access to our bankruptcy court. I wanted to use this time during National Pro Bono Week to thank all our local lawyers who have given of themselves through pro bono service. I also wanted to use this time to call on our lawyers to respond once again in a time of financial crisis. Without your willingness to provide pro bono services, many members of our community will be denied access to the bankruptcy system they desperately need. Thank you for your service.